but luckily, Captain Kirk from the original Star Trek series beamed down the other day.
And William's here now.
Good shooting with the Zypuck.
I was about to say...
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You're supposed to know.
Oh, I'm supposed to know. It's Vulcan. This guy invented the whole Vulcan language. Can you believe it?
What it's like
there was a linguist who invented this whole thing. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, it's a bit like Shakespeare, and a truly honest classical actor will occasionally admit, under pressure, that there are certain lines in Shakespeare that even they don't understand. They don't know what it means.
No, neither did Shakespeare.
Probably. Yeah.
Zypuck.
I was going to say, actually, the first thing I was going to say was that you look extremely well. I mean, very well. But then that would be a natural consequence of travelling at close to the speeds of light. You get back, and we've all got older, and you're kind of the same.
What a wonderfully
unoriginal,
strange and interesting theory.
Has it ever been put to you before?
No.
Another first on this show. There is an exhibition which we're going to talk about in a second, which opens tomorrow. It's a huge exhibition for Star Trek, but you can explain that in a second. But I've always wanted to do this. And let me ask you this. In American criminal courts, has the defendant in the dock ever done this? Beam me up, Scotty. Because that's a big English thing.
Yes.
Criminals about to be sentenced. It's the joke between them and the judge. They go, beam me up, Scotty.
And they're put away for 30 years.
Well, they get an extra 10 years for that.
In the States?
Such an idiot. That doesn't happen.
It does happen. It does happen.
Not happen.
It happens when the
What
judge...
do you think happened to O.J. Simpson? and there was somebody on a jury once who came in dressed in a Star Trek uniform and was dismissed immediately. And I think
that's a good way to get out of jury service.
Exactly. Come up to the judge and he says, "Are you prepared to do 5 months in jury? Beam me up, Scotty, anytime you want." Dismissed.
Come dressed as a Klingon. You're never going to be asked again, are you? It's great.
Listen, tell us about this exhibition.
This exhibition is in Hyde Park.
Right.
Opening tomorrow. It's a wonderful, entertaining event, and it'll be here for some time.
It's a virtual experience, isn't it? I mean, it's as close as you can get to walking around the actual deck of the
That's exactly right. And in all the Star Treks, there's many of the Star Treks are represented, and it's just great fun, great entertainment.
Because it's going to be touring for 5 years, isn't it?
It's going to go on and on.
Yeah.
What is splendidly ironic about the success of the series of the Star Treks that you were in is that it didn't really take off, to coin a phrase, until it had been cancelled. It wasn't until the network cancelled it.
Perverse, isn't
that weird?
Really weird.
What was that? Was that just? Did it take people a while to understand what Gene Roddenberry was trying to do?
Nobody's quite sure about what happened. It petered out after 3 years, and then 6 or 7 years later, it's in syndication, and people are looking at it. Becomes more and more popular, and then becomes very popular, and then it becomes really popular.
And you're very good at being ironic about it and joking about it, but actually, I mean, I think there were some very significant strands to Star Trek, weren't there? I mean, it did take on quite big questions and issues of the time. We were in the heart of the Cold War at the time, and it was about actual ways around that and peace and quite deep philosophical questions, which you don't normally find in series about spaceships flying through the universe.
Yeah, I wish I had said that. It's true.
Well, it's
but
true,
you will say it at the next convention.
It was a significant series, and it's taken all these various forms since then, in terms of additional series and movies. One of which is opening now, very momentarily, and I hear it's very good.
I used to watch it with my dad. He used to love it. I used to love it too. Yeah. What's this? Because you brought that. We had the flip top thing. What's that?
Well, these are actual props.
Yeah.
The tricorner, isn't it?
There were actual props that we used in the filming
in the series, right? And things that you will see at the exhibition. And interestingly, or coincidentally, this thing that the doctor used, which is obviously pretend and read your body and bones, and oh my gosh, you've got this dreaded disease, or we'll make you better, is becoming part of modern day medical technology. Machines that read you, nanotechnology that will examine the inside of your body and help cure your body. I write about it in this book I've got out called I'm Working on That.
Oh yeah, that's you interview all sorts of scientists
about the science of today, reflecting some of the science of Star Trek.
But that's in the great tradition of science fiction, isn't it? That it actually does, in an imperfect way, predict the future. Sometimes very...
Like Isaac Asimov.
Absolutely. Well, and just not right on your knee, Judy. You know. See, I can see there you have a ruptured cruciate ligament.
Fine, Richard, but that's the wrong knee. So you're saying I've got two?
No, it's got a double X-ray function, Jude. It goes through the bone incision into the segment. and this was the kind of the do-everything computer, wasn't it? This was like the personal organizer on...
You hand that to somebody, they signed it, and hand it off, and the business is afoot.
Fantastic.
Did you all, when you... I mean, you must have been asked this millions of times, but did you all have quite a laugh when you were making it, you and the rest of the cast?
A laugh?
Yeah.
I mean,
a
laugh. When we made it.
When you were actually rehearsing.
Sometimes we'd get the giggles.
Yeah.
That's true. In some of the dialogue that required us to explain what was inexplicable, to give some rationale to get up and go. We'd get the giggles, but mostly because you have to, and because in many cases the scenes were very valid and emotional. We were serious about it. But there were times, I must admit, that we fell down on the floor, holding our side. And
what are you doing for Christmas?
My family, my wife Elizabeth and I and our families will end up in Hawaii.
Oh,
Hawaii.
Lovely.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes. Away from the cold.
Which is the big thing in your family, Thanksgiving or Christmas?
We kind of make both. We take every opportunity we can to get families together and celebrate. And this Thanksgiving, I did a blast off. I was given a gift, a large tureen, which you fill with oil and deep fry something. And we did what is known in the south of the United States as blast off. I took a turkey in boiling oil.
Deep fried a turkey?
Deep fried a whole turkey.
Never heard of that before.
It's the most delicious thing you ever tasted.
Oh.
It was sensational. It sealed everything in.
Yeah.
I had injected the
stuffing?
Excuse me, the breast and the legs, excuse me,
That's right.
with stuff, you know,
Stuffing,
and rubbed it all. Excuse me. They rubbed the turkey over. And,
the breast and the legs.
The breast and legs. I rubbed them. Give it a little thing. And blast off.
Deep fried it? How long does it take?
About an hour.
Right.
An hour to an hour and 15
How
minutes.
many pounds?
3.5 minutes per pound.
3.5 minutes per pound, right.
17 pounds.
Jeez, I've never heard of that before.
So it comes out like a huge French fry.
French fry. Like a huge chip. But not.
But not?
No, because it's sealed and none of the oil goes in.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
Okay, thank you for that culinary tip. We'll be trying that. It's funny, we were in America for Thanksgiving this year, actually. Yeah, we were. And
I don't know how Americans can have turkey so close together.
What do you mean?
Well,
well,
turkey and Thanksgiving.
You can digest Thanksgiving.
You have it once a year.
You can digest turkey in 6 weeks.
Of course you can.
It passes through slowly, but 5 weeks,
especially
you're in the process of elimination, and then you're hungry for a week.
But when we booked a restaurant table for dinner, and I was chatting with the guy, and he said, "Oh, so what? You're English?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "And you have Thanksgiving in England?"
I wonder how he knew. Did you have Thanksgiving?
Do you have Thanksgiving in England? And
I go, that's funny, right?
What would we want to
Why would we want to thank the fact that we lost you guys? You know, if we lost it, whatever. It's lovely to see you.
Funny.
Good luck with the exhibition.
It's lovely to see you.
And the book and the record.
Thank you.
William Shatner.